The following podcast contains coarse language and adult themes. This week on the show, after a long, unexpected hiatus, the nerd returns as we catch up with not only each other, but also all the news from Comic-Con, D23, and the geek world in general. I'm Reegs.
And Titty Balls is back.
And we're back. Oh, hey friends. Welcome back to the Filmatics. Welcome back to the Filmatics podcast. My goodness gracious, how long has it been? I don't even know. When did our last episode come out, Ed?
Oh,
It was X2, wasn't it?
It was X2. It was in June.
Fuck my hole. It's August. That's outrageous. Well, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you so much for your patience. Yes, we did have a little hiatus. Addy, do you want to tell the people what we had? Well, you know what Addy had? He went to Alkali Lake and he had fucking adamantium shoved up his ass, and now he's got arse blades. He's got 6 blades, 3 per cheek, and they come out, and it's a fantastic tool for making sure you get that last seat on the bus.
Can I just say, as someone who's open to a lot of things, that sounds painful.
Doesn't it? I mean, probably not as painful as what you've just experienced. Do you want to tell folks what happened?
Hi, folks. I might sound a little rusty because I still don't have 100% of my voice back, so bear with me.
Yeah, that's okay.
So I went to my hometown or my home country, and the first thing that was fucked up is my phone was dead, and so I couldn't talk to people.
No.
And then there was a medical emergency, and that had to be prioritized over everything. Yeah. I was shooting at ass blades, and then like they were supposed to be taken out, but then they were like, "We'll do surgery and put it in your like knuckles. Doesn't matter."
Wasn't that supposed to be where it is? Or I like the idea of that they take the adamantium out and you've got bone ass blades, because that's what's up with Wolvie. Yeah, so bit of a medical issue that took a little bit of time to get over. So, but that's enough. We don't need to say any more about it. That was what happened. It was a shitty circumstances, and we had to take some time off. But you're well?
I'm glad to be back. Yes, I'm well. I'm recovering, and
you look fucking great.
Thanks. I'm so glad to be back. I'm so glad to be here with you.
You too, mate. It's been a long time. What this is, folks, is, as I said, the nerd returns. We're just going to catch up. It's a bonus ep. It's not actually in the regular cycle of episodes. We'll pick up next week with our Logan episode, right where we left off. But right now, we just want to catch up not only with each other, but yeah, to chat about all of the stuff that's gone on in the geek sphere in the last fucking month and a bit. Because it's some outrageousness going on. You know, Comic-Con and D23 just blew the doors off the place, man. There's just some shit happening right now. I've chatted about it on a couple of other podcasts in the interim, but we're going to get into it. What do you want to talk about first? What do you got there? What's that sippy drink? You got?
It's apple juice. It's my favorite kind of juice.
Some juice.
Yes.
Lovely. I thought the doctor said drink water, motherfucker.
What?
I thought the doctor said to drink water, motherfucker.
I can drink juice too, man.
You sure?
Yes.
Got to get your fructose levels down. I don't know what the problem with him. What am I talking about? I'm drinking tea. Fuck everybody. So yeah, you've got a list of bits and pieces there, don't you?
I do.
Do you want to just go through it, or?
Or we can cover Comic-Con first.
Yeah, okay, let's do that. Comic-Con was a big one. Obviously, maybe we'll leave that very big reveal that everybody already knows to last, and we can chat about it, because I know that you've got mixed feelings about the shits.
Oh, I know exactly how I feel. I know exactly how I feel, and it is valid.
That was a shut the fuck up Riggs moment, and I really enjoyed it. Cool. All right, well, what was first then? Because I've got a couple of things written down too.
All right, you go first, and then I'll go with something that I loved about that presentation at Comic-Con.
Right. Actually, I don't know if this one was for... I don't know if this was for Comic-Con or D23, honestly. But and it looked like it might have been faked. The Atlantis live action trailer.
Yeah, this is weird because it's not actually real because none of it was shown. But somehow there was a screening where they showed it once.
Yeah, but I mean, everyone's like, there's no real actors in it of note or whatever, and the voice of the guy who plays Moliere is the same, but the actor doesn't look like him. You see it very brief, and it's all like one of those Dutched cameras, on a phone inside a screening room kind of shits, and it's probably AI faked, but. If nothing else, this should be a knock on the door to old Disney Play. Hey, Disney Play. Yeah, hi, Disney Plus. I'm glad you're feeling better, Addy. What do you want? Well, for starters, I think it's hysterical that we can knock on a door and you come and answer. Yeah, I'm very good like that. Anyway, we really think you should make an Atlantis TV series. You want to do that? Nah, that was some AI shit. Because that was totally faked, wasn't it?
Oh,
or am I living in a fantasy world?
No, I definitely believe it was faked because it was like, you remember how the No Way Home trailer got leaked with like all the unfinished previews? That was like a video from a phone, from a laptop, from an iPad.
Yeah, with Andrew Garfield, and he's like, no, they've CG'd my head onto some, into a different thing, and blah, 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 and it actually ended up being the shot, yeah.
Yeah, it
Gosh,
was
should
like
win
that.
An Academy Award for that, among other things. All right, well then, anybody out there who has any info on the Atlantis trailer, fake or otherwise, hit me up personally because I'm waiting. I've been saying that. I fucking said that on the first, I think it was the first episode that we did on One and Kike's show. I said because I'd just rewatched it and I was like, they need to fucking make a live action version of this because it makes so much more sense than fucking Snow White and shit. Like, you know what I mean? So that trailer came out. I'm like, Atlantis actually lives in the real world. In as much as that they're fucking people and you can build ships and all that kind of stuff. But anyway, Atlantis trailer was my first one. What's you got? What do you got?
Yes, that was from D23. That's like Disney shit. I want to talk about something that I wasn't expecting, and I was very, very like, I don't know, man. I fucking loved everything about the Fantastic Four. Like it looks and it feels so much made from heart and compassion and love. I'm like, fuck yes, man.
Who's directing it? Do you know off the top of your head?
Yeah, Matt Shakman.
It is Matt Shakman from WandaVision.
From
yeah,
WandaVision.
I mean that's perfect pedigree. Like I dig it. I like all those actors. Ibon Moss. I've been rewatching the Punisher series because
why not?
I've got a fucking hard on for John Bernthal doing a grizzly voice. No, I just wanted to give it another try because I kind of felt like I was hard on it. I listened to our Daredevil episode from earlier in the year and I felt like I was too hard on the Punisher, so I went back and I'm actually enjoying it more this time. But anyway. The point being, I like all those actors. Vanessa Kirby, fucking forget about it. She's one of the most talented young women working today.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And, it just... I don't want to talk about it right now, but, like, everything was tainted by the big shit. But I hope to fucking...
It did take a bit of heat away from it all, yeah.
Yeah, I hope to fucking God that this is the Fantastic Four that we stick with, even though it seems like this is a one-off thing to secure the rights. But yeah, I just like Shia LaBeouf is gonna be in it, and Galactus was shown in the D23 exhibit, and I'm really excited. Like, to have a Silver Surfer that's not Norrin Red is very interesting to me.
Yeah, I mean it might be. It might just be like, they're not gonna mention anything about gender or whatever, which is probably the move. Do you think the fact that it's set in a is it an alternate timeline? Do you think actually, you know what? It fucking doesn't matter. Everyone's talking about that, and I don't want to. What I want to talk about is that it looks baller. Like, it looks different.
Yeah.
Marvel's stuff has looked very much the same. Kike was asking us the other day to rank like our Phase 5 stuff, and I don't have any relationship to almost any of it. The last thing I remember really liking was Moon Knight. It's like it would be interesting if they were to let the aesthetic for this thing be its own thing, because I know it's period set. Is that right?
Yeah, it is in the 60s, but it's not the 60s from our world. It's the...
It can't be.
Yeah, it's like, the futuristic 60s that like the idea was there for like concept artists and, artists who thought what the future would look like in the 60s. It's inspired by those designs.
You mean Tomorrowland?
Yes, precisely that.
Tomorrowland, by the way, everyone, fucking check it out. That's a
Oh,
really
it
good movie, and
fucking
it
rules.
tanked at the box office because no one understood what it was, and it's such a good movie.
I watched
Brad Bird, man, fucking forget about it.
that was the first film I watched with my brother where both of us cried.
It's a beautiful picture. I like the idea that it is an alternate kind of timeline or whatever, because then it can just be its own thing. Like, instead of thinking, oh, how is the FF going to end up in Secret Wars, or how are they going to end up in this, or why hasn't anybody in the universe of, you know, the Marvel MCU Prime universe said anything about these superheroes that were, you know, predate Iron Man by over 50 years? Why isn't it? Doesn't matter. Just let it be what it is, and don't worry how it's connected. Just kind of enjoy the fact that we're getting, you know, the Fantastic Four in this iteration, because I feel like the other ones, like, I don't have a huge problem with those previous pictures. Do you? The one that the guy directed that went really poorly, that had
Or Fan Four Stick.
the kid from the Fan Four Stick. Fan Four Stick.
Yeah.
What?
Fan Four Stick with Miles Teller.
Fan Four Stick.
That's what it says.
Hang on a minute. Fan Force Dick. That's the porno parody. You downloaded the wrong picture, mate. That's a different thing altogether. That is where someone's getting the fucking, like, rock balls in their mouth, and someone's having sex with an invisible woman, and Reed Richards is stretching across. It's The Boys. You're describing The Boys.
See, it was all fun, and then you mentioned The Boys, and I'm like, I fucking hated that.
We can come back to that. Yeah, so whatever, that version, Fan Four Stick, whatever you want to call it, that version of it, you know, didn't do well, but the other two were not that bad, you know.
Oh, yeah. We saw one of them very recently, actually.
The second one's all right. It's just Galactus was done poorly, but, you know, there's some interesting stuff going on. And yeah, Johnny Storm clearly had an impact, because motherfucker turned up in the biggest R-rated film of all time.
Yeah, spoilers by the way.
For Deadpool and Wolverine. Yeah. Oh, whatever the fuck. Like, it's been long enough now. It's fucked up that people were doing it, including the two leads of that movie, were doing it less than a week after the picture came out, and everybody was gambitting up. Like, have a little decorum, people. That's why I went opening motherfucking day, and when Blade walked out, I threw my hands up in the cinema. I was like, yep. Wesley! Made me watch Blade again. Fucking, I've watched Blade like 8 times this year. I fucking love that shit. I think that might be my second favourite comic book movie of all time. I love it.
That's high praise.
I think it's perfect. Yeah. Oh, apart from a bit of the blood monster. Have you sending me porn?
Yes.
Addie's might be sending me porn.
I'm sending you porn.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So... okay. So... now it makes sense. Okay, from the studio that brought you X-Men Days of Future Past. That's a Change is Coming is also the title. Okay, wait, hang on. I need to explain to people what I'm doing. Addie has sent me.
It's the official poster.
The official poster for the Fantastic Four picture with Miles Teller. That I can't remember who it was directed by. It was directed by the guy who made Chronicle, Josh Trank. And he's in that. And yeah, the poster it's Fan Four Stick. Like Fantastic Four is spelt FANT4STIC. Fan Four Stick. So now it makes sense. But the tagline, like that is on the poster, is Change is Coming. Now, to be fair, it's spelt COMING. But
doesn't matter.
Could easily change if you put a D just before instead of the T, Fan Four Stick. And then change it to The Change is Coming, CUMMING. We've got ourselves a picture.
Yeah.
And I think it would have done probably better box office too.
Yeah, it will be the first R-rated Star Wars film with Anakin force fucking Obi-Wan Kenobi. And Yoda walking in. and yeah.
Do you mean force fucking as in using the force or without his consent? Because that's fucked up, man.
No, using the force. Come on, man.
Whatever, don't come on, man, me. You fucking said it. We've only covered 2 stories so far. The Nerd Returns is Addie's The Nerd Returning, not the Return of the Nerd News. So this is mostly just you listening to us laugh at each other's stupid shit. Yeah, so Fantastic Four. It looks good. I mean, I'm happy with anything, you know, like ever since The Flash happened and I gave up on all this stuff. I'm just surprised and happy when it's good. Like Deadpool and Wolverine. It was just a good time. I had a good time with it. I thought it was fun. There was some cool stuff in it. It was cool to see things You got to take this, like, all this stuff doesn't need to be taken so fucking seriously. Life doesn't need to be taken so fucking seriously, mate.
That's not true.
That's not true?
Yeah.
I mean, come on. What shape is the world?
Oh, it's a floating disc.
It's a floating disc. You're one of those. Great. For all of you normal people out there who haven't had, like, concussive injuries of some sort, the world is a sphere, right? That's right. It's because the universe said, here, have a ball. And that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to just have a ball. A little bit of Alan Watts wisdom for you there, everybody. Okay. All right, Disc Boy. What's the next one? Secret Wars. Secret Wars. Secret Wars is coming. They're secret.
When you say have a ball, what the fuck do you mean?
Because the world's a sphere. And God or whatever your deity is, if you have one, or maybe it was just the universe itself, it said, here, everyone have a ball. And we do. We're on it all the time.
I was thinking of another ball with, like, hair and shit, but that doesn't matter.
Here, everyone, have a testicle. And for some of you, too. All right. Let's get back to what we're doing.
I'm so sorry.
That's totally fine. Oh, silliness. We're talking about the no news?
Yeah.
Okay, hang on. All right. No. Get on with it. What's the next story? Sorry.
Captain America Brave New World.
Captain America butt plug. Yep. That's exciting. Captain Brave New World with the Anthony Mackies and Harrison motherfucking Ford. A trailer line which excuses him not having a mustache. I mean, come on. It's like they said, lose the mustache or lose the election. It's a good line, to be honest, but that's Harrison Ford going, I'm not going to wear a fucking mustache. You know, he's not down for that. What did you think? Let me hear about it.
The cinematography looks very red, yellow. No. Red, blue, and white. But
it's probably not an accident.
It's exciting because apparently there's like this has been confirmed because it's in the fucking trailer, so don't come at me. But there's a shot of Tiamat and a bunch of like helicopters hovering around it. So the theory is that adamantium in the MCU is going to come from Tiamat.
Okay, what's Tiamat? Sorry.
Yeah. Oh, it's the giant celestial that the Eternals stopped that nobody talks about because that movie was amazing, but nobody watched it.
Oh, right. Yeah. Okay. All right.
Yeah, I believe.
Yeah, that would make sense then.
Yeah, I believe it's going to be a two-parter with Thunderbolts being part 1 and this being part 2.
So hang on, you just said where adamantium's going to. Oh, it's vibranium is the one that's already there, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a vibranium from Wakanda.
I'm just happy you get to see they put a little teaser of the Red Hulk.
Yeah.
In the trailer, but then they brought out one of, sort of it actually, facing forward, and you could see Harrison Ford CG'd onto a Red Hulk. I'm going for that.
Dude,
I
don't give a fuck. It looks cool as fuck. And that's all it's supposed to be.
Motherfucker.
If the biggest criticism of the Red Hulk is that it's silly, that's exactly what it's supposed to be.
But yeah, I'm just intrigued. It looks a little bit more in the vein of, like I recently rewatched all the Cap films because me and Em had a day where it was just me and her, and they're her favourite, and she was like, let's just do the run of the Cap movies. And Winter Soldier is still my favourite Marvel movie. I just love that film. It's just exactly where I want to be in terms of this kind of storytelling, 70s political thriller masquerading as a superhero picture. And it feels like it's got a bit of that going on. Like there's a bit of, but there's also like racial politics going on in there. And, Isaiah Bradley's in. Is it Isaiah Bradley? Is that right?
Isaiah Bradley is in.
He was the original.
He was in the series, not in the film.
Yeah, he's going to be in the film.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he's going to be.
Is my understanding. Yeah, so there's that going on as well. So, yeah, man, I'm keen. I'm very keen. Anything that tries some new shit and kind of steers away from the course that they've been on for the last little while, which doesn't seem to be doing very well for them.
I'm excited to see Mackie's Cap because that's going to be a whole different generation being represented bike app, and I'm just really excited to see what that is.
Yeah, he's waited in the wings long enough, absolutely, and pun intended.
Yeah.
Cool. What else has been happening at Comic-Con?
Without further ado,
As if we're breaking some news all of a sudden. Firstly, I think the more important thing is to say that not more important, but the other thing to say about it is that the Russos are back.
Yeah.
They've been courted back to direct these two pictures, and not to talk about the work post this, but in a negative way. I'm not saying this. I'm just saying that culturally they haven't been as well received. Grey Man and stuff, and Citadel and Cherry, all that kind of shit. I don't know why they've come back. There must be something that they left behind, and they never ruled it out either, as far as my understanding goes. So yeah, it's kind of whatever. But the big news, the big reveal was, of course, is Addy is going to play Doctor Doom, and I can't wait. It's going to be amazing. What fantastic representation. To have a person of colour playing Doctor Doom is, I think, just such a fantastic... Oh, no, what that? Sorry? No, it's not you? Who is it?
It's RDJ.
America's greatest white actor?
Yep.
Is it? That's Michael Keaton, thanks very much. That's a We Hate Movies joke, everyone. Yeah, RDJ, back on the scoreboard, playing Doom. Now, I've spoken to everybody in the world about this, because I even had a beautiful client of mine, a guy named Mars, who's a hip hop act called 24/8, supremely talented young man. And we chat back and forth about hip hop all the time, and work we're doing together, and we've just finished a music video and all that kind of stuff. The day that happened, he messaged me. He's like, "Nah, I'm not into it, man. This is bullshit." Hip hop and comics have a big crossover. I even spoke to him about this shit. So. Tell me how you feel. I've been dying to hear.
Yeah, no, that's. I have it written here in my notes. It says after the Comic-Con news I said RDJ fuck up.
And just to let everybody know, he held up a notepad as well. It wasn't a Kindle or a fucking whatever they're called, the other things that you do, a pad, an iPad or anything. It was an actual notebook, and bless you. So RDJ fuck up. Tell me why you're not down for this.
Hey man, Victor Von Doom, yeah? He's Latvian, and has Romani heritage, was also birthed by a witch, and is clearly not fucking white.
Is that the problem you have with it?
Yes!
Latveria is not a real place.
Is Wakanda a real place?
No. But it's I just mean, why does it? What does that have to do with his race being from there?
Well,
if he's Romani, then I suppose he would be sort of, his complexion would be different than Robert Downey Jr.'s. He was birthed by a witch?
Yeah.
Who said that?
Because he's part magic. It's not all technology.
Is that right? Okay.
Yeah, man. I was in the Doom hole because I was so pissed.
I'll bet you were.
It was all metallic.
That's the Fantastic Four. That's the subtitle for the Fantastic Pornery. The Fantastic Four porn parody in the Doom hole. Oh no. So is it just that? Are you? Does it bother you on on that level, or is it a story level that you think it's not going to work? Because that's where I trip up on it.
Ever since Endgame, the Russos said that they'd be back if Marvel ever wanted to do Secret Wars. So that was a given.
Sure.
I was ready for that. It will only work if McFeely writes it, who is the writer for, or one of two head writers for Winter Soldier, Civil War, Infinity War, Endgame. The thing is, it's not Doom, and we all know that. There is no multiverse where RDJ plays Doom. It is going to be a Tony variant who has gone so far along, and he put the armor on the world, and he became more obsessed with security and protection, and ending threats before they ever become one. It's going to be in the vein of that, and that's not Doom. And this Doom will have nothing. I'm gonna ask you one thing: who's Doom's biggest rival?
Reed Richards.
There is not going to be a single a single connection to this Doom to Reed Richards. Like, there's more connection of this Doom to fucking Spider-Man than Reed Richards, and that's not Doom.
It's more the Brian Michael Bendis and Alex McFeely. No, not Alex McFeely. Sorry, Alex Melville. I can't remember his name. He's a comic book artist. He worked on Daredevil and stuff. They worked on a series called The Infamous Iron Man, which is sort of feels similar to this story-wise. I'm the only like caveat I'll have against saying anything negative about it, which I don't really have time for. Doom J is motherfucker doesn't need the money. He just won a statue. Like he could make any decision. He could quit acting tomorrow. He could just be a producer. He could go on to direct. There's 100,000 things that he could do. Why this? Like, why is he saying yes this? It can't be the money. Yeah, he'll make $100 million off this just as salary. That's not even including any back end that he might get because they're billion-dollar franchises. He comes on as a producer and he makes a producer bank as well. I just don't think he's going to say yes unless there's something in it more than the money. Like, the script has to be good. If there's not a script, it has to be the idea. Or the Russos coming back, it must be where I want to work with them again. Or maybe there's a cast member in there that you're like, hey, by the way, RDJ, if you come and do Doomsday, we're setting you up for Secret Wars. The Beyonder's going to come into it, and we're going to get everybody back. Like, all the Avengers are coming back, and all the 3 Spider-Men are going to be there, and Wolverine's going to be there. It's Hugh. Like, unless they're doing that, and it is Secret Wars is the end of the multiverse saga, and it's every fucking body, and Blade comes back, and Elektra, and you know what I mean? Like, unless it is every single Marvel property that has ever existed from time immemorial coming back, and he's at the head of it. Yeah, I don't know. What else could it be?
Exactly, that's my point, because that's exactly what Secret Wars is going to be. Because, like, after Deadpool and Wolverine, and after No Way Home, all these things, we know that these things are possible, and these are only teasers. So, like, it is possible, and it's not that Marvel doesn't have the money to pay these people.
Oh, mate, they've got that in their fucking back pocket.
Yeah. My theory would be that also Infamous, I do want to say that because I've seen a lot of people say that this is exactly what Infamous Iron Man is. It's not that. It's Doom taking over the mantle of Iron Man after Tony Stark is dead to honor his memory, and that starts the redemption arc for him.
Oh, right, okay.
So it's not that Iron Man is Doomsday.
I was misinformed then, yeah.
I don't know. I'm not excited about that decision. See, if Secret Wars is the end of the multiverse saga and we see everybody, then Doomsday is the setup for Battle World. That's the only thing then.
You know what I'm skeptical about as far as that's concerned? Secret Wars included. Sorry, just one really quickly is that like within the comic book continuity. Within the comic book community, apart from fans who were kids when they came out and it got them into comics, Secret Wars was a way for fucking Jim Shooter and those guys to make money off toys. Like that was specifically why that series was put together. It's why Spider-Man changed his costume and shit so they could make toys. So I don't know, like how are they turning that into? Wouldn't the better storyline be something like? Well, they're going to do it in the cartoons, I guess, but Onslaught, that's a more interesting story to me.
Agreed, but then they don't have the mutants.
Yeah. They're still recasting. They're still casting Hugh Jackman as Wolverine after all these years. Can't seem to get it right, but that's fair.
I hope that after the Multiverse Saga, because it is high time we get the FF and the X-Men. Because enough of the fucking Avengers.
It's a lot of avenging. There's so much avenging going on. We probably need a little less avenging.
Agreed.
Yeah, I think like if you get them all together and we get anyone hear that thunder that's going on outside? We're talking about Doctor Doom, and all of a sudden it's fucking spooky in here. My cats are going to lose their mind. Yeah, talking about bringing in these other characters and stuff, it needs to be the way forward. It's the same as we were talking about with Anthony Mackie being Cap, or Miles being Spider-Man. It's just time for a little shift to things, change things up. You know, you might lose some of your fan base, but you'll gain others.
Yeah, and plus this is also, no matter what anyone says, it is stunt casting. It is for people to come up and fill those seats up.
Whether they're into it or not, because
Exactly.
people either want to see it work, or they're fucking neutral, or they want to see it fail. And mostly those two. You know, I think it'll be interesting to see what it is. Imagine what it's going to be like in 2 years' time when we're sitting in a theater and we discover what this is. Oh, hang on, they'll probably tell us in the trailers about 8 times.
Yeah, or probably like the minute that somebody watches the film the first time, they'll just like fucking spoil it for everybody in the world.
Put it on the internet, like, yeah, by the way, I saw it first. Everybody wants to be first.
Yeah.
Being first is shit, man. You ever arrived through what? Have you ever arrived at a party first? It's so uncomfortable. All you do is stand there and you eat way too many chips and dips, and because that's the only thing to do, because it's just you and the hosts, and maybe you don't know them that well. There's not enough people there to get a boogie on yet. No one's there with drugs. You know, whatever the happenstance might be, the sun's still up. Like, no one gets to a party on time. You arrive minimum 90 minutes late. And that's when the jump off, you know?
Yeah.
There's a little parallel there. I was just talking about my party days, I guess. Cool. All right. Well, yeah. So Doom J. It'll be what it'll be. I'm not putting any things in my head on it. Like, I'm not expecting it to be anything. I'm not angry at it. It is. It is. And I will see what that is when it happens.
I have 2 more things from Comic-Con that I want to talk
cool.
about. But it's very niche. It's very, very niche.
Is it more D&D stuff?
Yeah.
I knew it. I fucking know about it. I know about the D&D.
Hell yeah. Which I do want to talk to you about something, because I have something cooking in my mind that I want your advice on.
Yeah, that's all right. I think you should get that nipple piercing. Just go right ahead, and if it makes you feel more like a dungeon master, treat yourself.
Wait, what? What piercing?
A nipple.
Oh, dude.
I say nipple. You know what? Not speaking of nipples, but just speaking of D&D. Deborah Ann Hall was on John Bernthal's podcast, The Real Ones. And she said to him, do you want to play D&D right now? And he was so hesitant. He was like, yeah, I guess. She's like, okay, you're in the forest. You come across it. I didn't know it was like that.
Yeah.
It's so much more, like she said, it's so much more about storytelling than anything else. And it is. She's like, okay. And he's like, I want to get my bow out. She's like, okay, well, how good are you at accuracy? And he's like, I want to talk my way out of it. Okay, what do you like with confrontation? And it's you roll your dice based on that. Really fascinating.
Yeah, man.
Wow, it just got really, really loud with rain here. I hope that's not bothering everybody.
I can barely hear it.
Really? It's pissing down. Yeah, but this mic will hear it. Like, this one won't, but the one I'm recording will. Sorry, everybody, if all you can hear is rain all of a sudden. Holy shit, it's really coming down. Might lose the internet. Okay, let's go. What's next?
Okay.
D&D.
So Vox Machina Season 3 comes out this month. So by the time that this episode is out, we'll probably be out. I'm super excited. I hope we get more seasons of Vox Machina, because I love these fucking characters, and I love the people who make the show. The second is, we saw an animatic of the Mighty Nine. The Mighty Nine is the second campaign of Critical Role. So the Mighty Nine is their second campaign. And after the first season came out of Vox Machina, Amazon Prime greenlit their second show, The Mighty Nine. But since then, they've been just working on Vox Machina. And so we thought in the fandom that, like, they tried to do it, but it was too complex, because The Mighty Nine is, like, I think it takes place about 30 years afterwards. And, you know, the world has changed, and it's more emotional. It's more heavy. It has ideologies and themes that are going to be hard for people to watch. But it's also about these characters that I love, that I can't, like, completely articulate, because they're just amazing in every way. We saw an animatic of that, and it was amazing. Like, it's only drawings and voiceover, but it was just like, yes.
This rain is absolutely outrageous. It's so fucking loud. I can see it picking up on my mic. Hopefully it dies down a bit. Okay, well, if that's the end of Comic-Con, shall we move on to D23? Did we discover what D23 means?
Disney was like the first Disneyland opened in 1923.
What happened there? I've got one that I'm really excited about, but you go ahead.
Yeah, that's the number one on my list too. So fuck it, let's just do it. Daredevil.
Well, yes, that wasn't what I was going to say, but yeah, absolutely. Like seeing all of them come out on stage once more and back at it, man. Back in the suits. And yeah, I'm excited. I know that they showed some footage too.
Yeah, they showed some footage and they talked about how this is in the same vein as the Netflix show, and sometimes even more. And I'm excited. I'm excited that this is finally happening.
Yeah, look, I mean, if they can have Poor Things on Disney Plus, Daredevil can punch someone in the throat. All right.
Probably take out the windpipe too, but that's Tech Knight's fantasy.
Yeah, Tech Knight. Went a bit far this year, guys. Too much. Yeah, I'm very excited about Daredevil. Again, I've been rewatching Punisher and that you know, we did the episode. Those Daredevil shows are just my favorite. I love them.
Yeah, I listened to our Daredevil episode and our X2 episode a lot.
It's because there's so much love there, you know. Like they're my favorite things of the Marvel stuff, you know. Particularly, Daredevil's still my favorite thing that Marvel's ever done. In terms of this universe. Yeah. Anyway, what else is on the D3 bucket?
So 3 dicks bucket. That's what. Okay, cool.
And triple dicks.
Oh fuck yeah!
It was the gagging noise that did it. Oh, silly. Sucking dicks. D23. Where are we?
I want to talk about.
What's next?
I want to talk about Agatha All Along because that shit looks insane.
I haven't seen anything of it.
Oh man,
I didn't see any of it,
dude.
I know Aubrey Plaza's in it.
It is full Salem witch trial shit, but as a musical.
That's cool. Is it set? Is it all set then?
I think no, none of it is. It's after WandaVision. And I think it's Agatha going to different witches to form a coven, for them to eventually go on the, I don't know, it's called like the Sacred Road or something, where at the end of it, you get what you desire the most. Yeah, and Joe Locke is in it as Bob, but he's by the end of it he's going to be Wiccan, and I'm going to be so happy.
Do you think, like, why did they make this show? No, that's not a criticism. I'm just really interested. Like, who's this for?
This is for the people who liked the weird parts of WandaVision more than the superhero parts.
Because I know, like, Catherine Hahn is amazing. Like, she's so great. I feel like she got this job because of that. You know, because people liked her performance so much.
Yeah. Plus, I hope what I'm saying is true, that Elizabeth Olsen comes back as Wanda. Because she ain't fucking dead.
Do you think that'll happen, though? Yes. What about What about Matt Wondercore? Matt Wondercore?
Oh, did you not see the Red Spark before it all crumbled and fell?
No.
It was the Red Spark. But she's not dead. That's what it means to me.
Okay, all right. I'll take your word for it. You seem to have a pretty good handle on these kind of like insider things.
No, I hope she comes back. But because there's so much for Scarlet Witch to do, especially like if we have the X-Men back, we can finally make her the mutant.
Well, that's kind of the thing, isn't it? That they've kind of got to get around because of the origins of her character and so on.
Yeah, because we won't call her enhanced anymore. We'd call her a mutant.
Yeah. It's funny. I can't figure out how they're going to do that. How a mutant's going to come in, and is it going to be like all of a sudden they're there, or is it going to be like they've always been there and no one's talked about it? Like kind of retconning them into the universe.
I would love to see that, but then they would also have like at least 3 origin story series where it's set in the MCU before people knew, like before, the Avengers knew that X-Men are mutants exist, and it's this covert operation of rescuing mutants, and fucking hell, bring Shield in it, like have them like just be fucking helping and keeping them safe, like the thing I pitched, like I don't know, like a second or third episode.
It's a good pitch. One thing about that though, bringing the X-Men in, they're gonna have to rewrite Magneto's story.
They don't,
because he can't be a Holocaust survivor.
Why not?
It's not going to work. Because the timing's not going to work unless he's semi-immortal.
Well, he doesn't have to be semi-immortal. He could just age slowly. That could be his mutation.
Yeah, it's all the magnetism up his ass.
Oh yeah.
Had magnetism up his ass. Sure, it's doing Crystal Walken from Pulp Fiction there. Yeah, it'll be interesting. Like I said, I don't know about Agatha all along. I have no skin in the game at all.
Yeah, but I'm excited for it. What were you so excited about for D23 then?
Incredibles 3.
Oh my god, yes!
And Ratatouille 2.
That's not...
So
they did not say that, did they?
Ratatouille. Yeah, isn't there... Are they doing another one?
I don't think so.
No, hang on. I was sure I had a story about that. Someone's been fucking with me, maybe.
It was Incredibles 3 and Frozen 3 with maybe 4 as well, but I heard nothing about
Frozen 3 and 4. Mercy.
Jesus.
Oh, no, sorry. It was my mistake. It was actually Toy Story 5. I thought someone said there was going to be one called Ratatouille. But the point is, Toy Story 5 only in theaters 2026, and Incredibles 3 is in the works. Brad Bird is developing the film, which means we probably won't see that until 2030 or something. But yeah, and also what I think they should do is age up those kids. That's definitely the move, because I know that 1 and 2 bump up against each other, like they literally back into each other as a story, even though they were separated by however many years. It needs to be the parents retiring, and Dash and Violet and Jack needs to be sort of
16,
10 or
17.
11. Yeah, well, yeah, do that, and then the other 2 are grown-ups.
Yeah,
and they're dealing with their parents, their aging parents, who have superpowers, going into aged care or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, so it's sort of it's that passing of the torch kind of thing, and. Yeah, what does that mean for the threats? And yeah, I just think that would be a much more interesting story. Like my idea for the Monsters universe. The Monsters University and Monsters Inc. I have a pitch for one of those.
What is it?
Have I not said it before?
I've forgotten it, man. There's so much shit happened in the past month.
For those of you who haven't heard it, just copyright Regs. It's so it was Monsters Inc. and then Monsters University was a prequel. This one is a direct sequel to Monsters Inc. and we set it the same amount of years that it's been since that came out. So whatever 20 years or whatever the hell it is. And Mike and Sully get stuck in the real world, and a grown-up Boo who now has a kid of her own has to help them get back. And it's called Monsters Vacation. That's all I'm saying. Fucking slam dunks, man, doing dunks. Doing story dunks. Ugh. People can't see that I'm doing I look like I'm doing a YMCA. YMCA. It's fun to stay there.
What?
That was good. It's fun to stay at the YMCA, I'm told. You can get yourself clean. You can have a good meal.
While getting yourself cleaned?
Yeah. Okay. If you know the lyrics to that song, it's quite funny. Can we move on to the next bit? Before I get caught up.
Yeah,
Ow, my stomach. Okay.
Incredibles 3.
Sorry, keep going.
Incredibles 3 is exciting. I'm happy that Brad Bird is coming back. Yeah, that man needs to do like Fantastic Four, like real fucking bad. Like, we need it.
I'm surprised. Yeah, I'm surprised they didn't go that way. After his Mission Impossible movie didn't and then he did Tomorrowland. Tomorrowland didn't do well.
Oh, yeah.
They kind of wrote him off. They put him in director jail for no fucking reason. I just don't get it. Tomorrowland's really clever. and really well executed. I don't know. It's a George Clooney's.
Yeah.
Wait. Hey, Paul, don't act like you can't hear me. Get down. Fuck, you're long. He's really long. When cats stand up and it's like periscope. No. The answer's no. The answer is no. Get off that. Wait a minute. Dude. Go on, out you get. I'm totally leaving this in. Me having a Barney with my cats, jumping up onto a stack of comics and shouting, "No! The answer's no!" Oh, enjoy that. Everyone look into my life as a cat dad. Anyway, yeah, you're right about Brad Bird and doing the Fantastic Fours.
Or like have Brad Bird do like a really well thought out. I'm gonna say it because like he's my favorite, so like have him do like the Nightwing origin series.
It's definitely got the color and the energy of a Incredibles, and the pathos as well. Like there's a lot of stuff in Dick's world that is akin to that moment in the first Incredibles where she's like, there are children on this airplane. She's trying to get them not to shoot the missile, and then when Mr. Incredible thinks that they're dead,
yeah,
like it's powerful storytelling. Yeah, get him to do more stuff. Good old Brad, I appreciate him. And Ratatouille's like, after Monsters Inc., that's my second favorite Pixar movie. I fucking love that movie. It's so good.
Anyway,
there's a scene in that where you see Onion. Right, it's Purple Onion. This is years ago as well. It's not like it just happened. I mean, Ratatouille's been out how long?
20 years.
10 years.
No.
20 long. No, it's more than 10. Yeah, you're right. And there's Purple Onion sitting on a bench, and they gave it the translucency of onion. Do you know how specific that is? It's not like the translucency of anything else, onion, because it's not opaque. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, yeah, incredible picture. Anyway, is there anything else from D23?
Oh, mate, Ratatouille came out 2007. Holy fuck.
Fuck my rat hole. That is outrageous.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow. Oh. That's almost 20 years.
I was 4 years old.
I was much older than that, but much younger than now. That's crazy. All right, well, might be time for it then. Ratatouille. And two in the middle, like Fantastic Force or whatever. What was it again? It's and Fan Force Dick. There it is. I found it.
No points to you.
None at all. Fan Forced Dick. What's next?
I want to close the D23 unless you have more. This is my last one.
No. Yep.
So X-Men 97 Season 2 is in production. And Season 3 is in pre-production.
Amazing. Yeah, give me all that shit.
I love it. My brother told me today, do you want to watch X-Men 97? I was like, I will never say no to that question.
Mm-hmm. I know. It's like, would you like a chocolate croissant? Am I awake? Of course I'm going to have one.
It's like...
do you think that... Sorry, go ahead.
It's like if somebody asks me, do I like Arcane? I'm like, I'm a child of two of those characters.
Literally.
Exactly.
You're literally a child of two fake people. Cartoons.
They are not fake. Fuck you.
I knew I was going to get that, yeah. Do you think that the story is going to go where kind of people think it is? Like, feels like Onslaught?
I don't think so.
Seems too early to do that.
Yeah, especially with how it leaves off. Like, we have to get back and then think about where we stand in the timeline that we left.
I think once they get back, it might make sense, because I think the Onslaught saga was around 98, 99. It's a great show. I'll take as much of it as they'll give it. I'm not even 100% on board for them rebooting the mutants or putting them into the MCU, honestly. I think if you just kept doing it in animated form for the time being, until you really crack it, or do it. It's always, they're always going to want to cross over because they're going to want it to be, Avengers to be fucking sucking off the X-Men and as often as possible. But you could just start a pocket thing and do its own universe,
Yeah, my pipe dream pitch for the MCU X-Men is that we get somewhat of a Civil War scenario, and it is the Avengers on the side of the Cure.
Oh, that's a fucking good idea. Yeah, like either sort of like Civil War, like either regulate or have your powers taken away.
Yeah, it is either.
Oh, registrate. Sorry,
Yeah,
registrate.
either
Registrate. Registrar. Register.
Register, and that will be interesting because there are people who have more of a connection towards the X-Men, but have fallen in love with the MCU, and to have the MCU characters be on that side, it would actually be like Civil War.
That's a great pitch. You listening out there, Kevin Feige? Addie's got the 411.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, if is that the end of the D23 stuff?
I think so.
Well, that's kind of the end of our little catch-up episode, everybody. We hope you enjoyed it. Welcome back, Addie. That's so good to see you, my friend, back on your feet and live and in colour. We'll be back to our normal show schedule next week or next fortnight with Logan. But until then, anything else that you wanted to say to the good people?
Stay amazing, stay safe, read comics because they're fun.
Every fucking day.